Hey guys, this is Rob. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I promise you guys that I am trying to not make Switch 2 videos and Switch 2 leak videos every single day, 3 times a day. It is not what I want to do anymore. In fact, I actually recorded a video yesterday that was not about this stuff that I intended to make live this morning, and I just didn't really like it. I don't feel like the quality of the video and the flow of the conversation and everything about it came together very well. And so I made the tough decision that sometimes you do if you have a YouTube channel to just scrap the whole thing. I deleted it. I did not make it live, and it's gone because it wasn't a good video. However, since there is other stuff and news and conversations happening right now surrounding the Switch 2, I do certainly have feelings and opinions on them, more so how it relates to Nintendo overall and how they're handling or not handling what's happening than the actual leaks themselves. And so I'm going to discuss that instead because, like I said, I do have some pretty strong thoughts on it. And also, I guess, questions to pose to Nintendo. Because what the hell is going on with all of this stuff? Daily leaks, stuff that every day feels more and more legit and believable. I mean, it's basically fact as far as we know at this point. And so what the hell is going on that you guys can't stop this, aren't choosing to stop this, or aren't even adjusting your plans to just get ahead of it and reveal the Switch 2 now? At this point, things have just gone off the freaking rails, man. This past week when CES 2025 happened, I'm sure we all know that there was a bunch of third-party renderings, not even renderings, I guess, third-party created mock-ups, like physical mock-ups, that have been traveling the show floor because an accessory manufacturer called Genki, who I will admit I've never heard of, but apparently a lot of people have. These guys have a bunch of accessories that they've created for the Switch 2, and at CES they wanted to show them off. And they obviously have specifications for the Switch 2 to be able to make these accessories, very similar to the D-brand situation from a few weeks ago. And so not only did they have their accessories that match the Switch 2 dimensions at the show floor, but they had also created mock-ups of the Switch 2 that people could hold. And, you know, this video clip and several others and images and even like a catalog of their products with images of controllers, all of this stuff has been going around like wildfire. And if this is even to be believed, we're looking at essentially the size of the Switch 2, probably the shape of the Switch 2, so that these accessories can actually fit the controllers and the Joy-Cons and the top and bottom of the Switch and all of this stuff. And these mock-ups even have these detachable Joy-Cons you're seeing in this clip here. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. We're also getting pictures and dimensions and details of what reportedly is the dock of the Switch 2 and the fact that the original Switch won't fit in the Switch 2 dock. Apparently, this is all unconfirmed, but stuff going around out there. GameStop's system apparently leaked a list of the names of accessories and things that they're going to sell for the Switch 2. Like I said, it just keeps going and going. It's an absolute barrage of stuff, and it's every single day. And there's a great chance a lot of this isn't accurate, but it certainly feels like most of it is pretty accurate. So, I mean, Nintendo will be able to squash all of this or confirm all of this when they finally give us the details themselves. But the whole point of this conversation is that we're still waiting for these details. This stuff keeps happening every day, and we don't know anything official. In fact, the only thing we know that is official is Nintendo confirming what isn't official. So that clip of the Genki guys with that kind of mock-up that they created of the Switch 2 in the CES show floor, and they're pulling the Joy-Con off and putting it back on. Apparently, the only thing Nintendo has said about anything, and this happened like yesterday or the day before, very, very recently, they came out and said, that's not official. That's all they said. And so a lot of the takeaway I think we have from that is that, okay, they're saying it's not official because they haven't officially confirmed and revealed it, but they didn't outright say that it's not accurate. They're not saying that it's fake and it's not real. And so maybe that means something, or maybe they didn't think far enough ahead and they just very casually were like, it's not official. And they weren't expecting us to like look at the difference between official and confirmed and all of this stuff. So maybe it does mean that it's not accurate, but they just used the word official. And so we're all just kind of running with that. I don't really think that's the case, though. Honestly, they're probably smart enough to know what the right words to use would be. And if the fact that they didn't say it's fake, they only said it's not official, kind of does feel like a soft confirmation that it is the real design and dimensions and idea of the Switch 2. And they just said it's not official because we haven't shown it to you yet. And so, like I said, the point of this isn't to just go over every single one of these leaks and show you guys the images and talk about my opinions on blah, 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 blah. Everyone and their mother has done that 100 times. I've done that sporadically throughout the year here and there as well. For me and my channel, I'm kind of well beyond that at this point. Until Nintendo shows us the real deal, that's when I'll spend my time going over every detail and talking about my opinions on it. At this point, the leak thing, it's just crazy. It's too much. Everyone is doing that, and I don't want to talk about that stuff. What I instead want to talk about is why it keeps happening, why Nintendo has stayed mostly silent, even though, yes, we got that confirmation yesterday that they say it's not official. So they've spoken about it one time, very vague. Other than that, they've been silent. Why are they still so silent? Why can't they stop it, I guess? Like, why are these manufacturers, these accessory companies, able to just get this stuff out there very blatantly, just like, here's the dimensions because here's the accessories we've made? Why is Genki allowed to print up a mock-up and show it to people at CES? Why was Dbrand allowed to show their 3D renderings, that circular thing, that circular thing that's showing off what the Switch 2 probably looks like inside of the case? Why are they able to have the details from Nintendo, enough details from Nintendo to make the accessories? Because Nintendo has to have provided this to them, but then they're also now allowed to leak it before Nintendo has shown the Switch 2. And so in theory, you would have to think that Nintendo would be able to control the messaging and what they're allowed to show and not show. And so I just don't know what's going on. One of the few feasible ideas that's popped in my head is that maybe Nintendo entered into an agreement with these companies like Dbrand and Genki a while ago. I don't know, we'll say last year, and saying, okay, we're making a Switch 2. We want you to be able to make accessories, and so we all make money off of this thing. So we're going to sign this contract. We're going to provide to you the specifications so you can make the accessories and sell them, and everyone is going to split the revenue, yada, yada, yada. We would expect to reveal it around this time, and so you're not allowed to talk about or show this until after we've revealed it on this date. But then maybe Nintendo missed that date. Like, some of the reports have even said that Nintendo delayed the reveal, like they were going to reveal it in 2024, which I absolutely believe was the plan and was the right call to do, but they didn't do that. Now we're a week and a half into 2025. It still hasn't been revealed, and so maybe, again, I am just spitballing. This is just one of the scenarios I created in my head that makes it make sense to me. I'm not saying this is right. I just am trying to make sense of this. And so maybe Nintendo missed the date that was part of the contract and the agreement they engaged in with Genki and Dbrand or other companies, and because they missed that date, now that agreement is null and void, and so both companies are free and clear to start showing everything they've been showing because Nintendo missed the date that was part of their agreement, right? So again, just spitballing, just an idea. I do have some professional history in dealing with contracts and NDAs, like for my actual job and career, so I'm semi-familiar with a lot of how that stuff could work, and so that's a scenario to me that makes sense as far as how and why they would show this stuff off and why they're not getting in trouble and why Nintendo might not have the power to stop them. So I hope that scenario kind of made sense to you, but that's just something that does connect in my brain to explain what the hell is going on, because I just can't otherwise fathom how these companies are able to get away with it and how Nintendo isn't able to stop them. We can only assume Nintendo isn't stopping them because Nintendo can't legally stop them. I mean, what else could it possibly be? Because there's no advantage to Nintendo for them to let these companies leak all of these details and these images, and, GameStop leaking stuff, Genki, Dbrand, everyone else posting pictures from manufacturing plants and showing off the dock, again, all stuff that maybe isn't real, but probably is. Like, there's no advantage to Nintendo allowing that stuff to happen. There's this weird narrative from this small but vocal group of people on the internet who are like throwing around this theory that Nintendo wants this to happen, or this is part of Nintendo's plan. This is their like super underground deep state viral marketing for the Switch 2. And it's like, no, man, that's stupid. There is no freaking way. Nintendo would much rather be in control of their messaging. And I guess you could argue if they're in control of these leaks, then they would be in control of the messaging. That part is true. I'll give you that. Logically, that tracks. But I just don't believe that. I'm not going to buy into that conspiracy. I do think controlled leaks are a thing in the gaming industry and have been in the past, even from Nintendo. I do think that. But none of this feels that way to me. This is chaotic. It's disorganized. It's messy. We're getting both really clear pictures and unclear pictures at the same time. It feels like we're way past due for the Switch 2 to just have been revealed. I think I hate this. I think now that I'm talking about this, I freaking hate this. I remember the NX rumor period. I've talked about it many times. I even made a video about it several months ago, kind of recapping it. You know, I was on YouTube. I was running this channel as a small guy in the Wii U era, 2015 and 2016, and the build up to the reveal of the Switch, and there was NX this and NX that. I was podcasting. I was making videos about rumors and patents getting out there. It was a ton of fun, but it was way less chaotic. Now, the scope of people covering YouTube, new game stuff on YouTube was much smaller. So I also think like the community, if we want to call it, of gaming YouTube in 2015 was honestly just better than it is today. Because today it's so noisy and messy and everyone and their mother is doing it, which is fine, but I just think it makes it less good. It was a lot more controlled and clean and concise when discussing NX rumors and theories back in the day. This is a shit show. This is just awful. Like, sure, I see things and I, as a game fan and a Nintendo fan, I'm interested in it. And so, yes, it interests me from like a fan's perspective, but from a YouTuber's perspective and also, I guess, from a game perspective too, I'm just like, it's just crazy. And I don't like that it seems to have gotten so far away from Nintendo, you know, and whether or not you want to blame Nintendo or not blame Nintendo for taking so long, I'll leave that up to you. I absolutely think, yes, they should have revealed it last year. You guys have heard me go on record for a long time. I think they should have revealed it before Black Friday, man. I don't think they needed to let the holiday influence their decision, but they seem to have done that. And so, yes, I think they should have revealed it a long time ago. I don't care if the system is 7 months away, a year away. Just show it to us, talk to us about it, give us some games and some dates and some prices. Just do it. The more time, the better almost. But they haven't done that. And so, yes, for whatever reason, that's why we're in this situation we are now. And so the irony of all this is that nothing really has changed. We still know nothing official from Nintendo. We just keep seeing more leaks. We're putting pictures together in our head of what this thing is supposed to be. But we're still back to square one. We still have to wait for Nintendo to show us this thing. We're still back to waiting and wondering and asking the question, when are you going to reveal this, Nintendo? That's just where we are. Nothing has changed with all of these new leaks every single day, and it won't until Nintendo finally pulls the flipping trigger and just shows us this thing and confirms this is what it looks like. This is how the Joy-Cons operate. This is the day it goes on sale. This is the price it's going to sell for, and these are the games you can play. Until they do that, every single new leak is just that. It's just new pictures and videos and images. It's not official and confirmed until Nintendo does it. And every morning we wake up asking the question, when will this happen? So I have no more to add to it. I hope you guys found this interesting. I'll be curious to know what you guys make of this whole topic. And so thanks for watching. That's about it.